Hey, welcome back everybody to another video. I broke my drone. So in today's video, we are going to be replacing the VTX antennas for some aftermarket fly fish antennas. And we're gonna see how the transmission quality is and see if I have to actually buy some stock DJI antennas. So with that said, let's review the footage after the intro. All right, let's go ahead and re-watch the footage together. So let's go ahead and start. So I'm trying to do some proxy here, not really doing too good because it was pretty windy, but as you can see, I almost hit the pole, overcorrected, almost hit the building, and boom, I hit the tree. And because, I don't know if you can notice, but those trees are very branchy, it ripped the entire, let me see if I can get this in focus. It ripped the entire antenna off right here. So you can see, you can just pretty much kind of pull that out. Yeah, so it's right here. It took me about 5 minutes to find it, but let me hold on real quick. I went ahead and overnighted some aftermarket antennas. We have some fly fish antennas right here. Let me take this out of the packaging. Okay, so as you can see, it does have the two connectors right there, but it only goes to one antenna. And coincidentally, on my quad, I'm gonna have to brighten the exposure up, but you can see I actually have, oh, there you go. I have a thing in the middle for it. So I can actually put the single antenna on there. So we're gonna go ahead and test this out. This is my first time actually going into the quad and doing anything with it. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Let's get started. So I guess first things first is let me show you what I have on the bench. So we got ourselves some tweezers right here. And then a multi-tool. So this is a prop tool / multi-tool. It has both of the sizings. Oops. And then we have the antenna right here. We also have some spare siding right here because I'm not sure if you can see, but I actually broke the siding on here. So we're gonna replace those. And I actually have a crap ton of these coming in because I realized they're plastic and they're gonna break pretty easily. So let's go ahead and get started. And again, this is my first time actually going into the quad and doing any type of repairs. So I'm a little bit nervous, but the first thing we have to do is get the top plate off. And I think that's 10 screws, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so 10 screws, gotta get those off. So let me do that real quick. So while I'm taking these last couple of screws off, this is actually kind of a cool thing that I'm doing this because I've been wanting to do this kind of ever since I got it because I want to see what the inside is. And I do know that I think it's the F77 flight controller. I'm not sure exactly which flight controller they use, but it's mostly plug and play. So if something ever does happen with that, I can just unplug and plug back in like the 04 cables or whatever's necessary. So it looks like these are all the same screws, so I can just put them in the same pile. And these right here, yep, they're the same. So let's go ahead and get these two last ones off. There you are. And I think I can just take this off right there, kind of get this is a little bit of a pain. There you go. All right, so let's get these battery straps out of the way. So this is what the flight controller looks like. Let me try to get a little top view of it. That's really nice how they wired everything up. So what we do need to do though is get these off. So might be able just to take the standoffs. Let me try to figure this out real quick. Perfect. So now that I can see into this right here, do I need to take the mount off? I don't think so. I think I can get in there. This is kind of the part where I'm a little nervous about because I'm actually fiddling with the 04 unit, but let's go ahead and unscrew these top screws. So my head might be in the way. I'm not quite sure, but gotta get this thingy off. Maybe I can get it with my finger. No, it's a little too tight. I actually might have to take the little side piece off right here. Now I can kind of move that out of the way, and that's so much better. So much easier. There you are. And there you are. This little turd right here is the culprit. So we got this and that. So let me just put that aside right there. Now, the thing with these little connectors right here, you gotta kinda angle them up right here. Get the first one in, and then you kind of just like push it in there. There you go, you'll hear it click. Having a little bit of a battle, but if we get it on there, we should be all fastened. And would you look at that? Now that's installed. There's one, there's two, there's numero tres, and cuatro right there. There you go. Get this all tightened. Okay. Now that is done, I can reattach the GPS and antenna. Okay. Now my housing is a little tight, so I am going to use a couple of pliers or a couple of tweezers. Get in there. Ah, thank you. Okay, that was like 10 freaking minutes of trying to get that into here, but it kind of looks like how we started, but it's a brand new antenna. I wish I was able to get it into the middle one, but let's go ahead and get the top part back on there, the top piece. All right, it's time to put the black covers on, make my drone look just completely blacked out. Kind of like I do. I got black everything. Come on now. Ooh, oh yeah, dude. Get that on the FX30. Look at that, dude. Clean. Okay. I should have put this on day one, okay? Hold on. We got the singular antenna right here. We got the all blacked out sides. Look at that, blacked out monster, man. Let me get all my batteries charged. Let me get the propellers on, and let's go outside and do a hover test first before we go out in the field. Okay, now we are out in the backyard. I got everything plugged in except the drone, so. There you go. Now, let's see if I have video. That's a good sign. And we have the radio signal. That was what I was extremely cautious about. So, okay, good. All right, let's put my glasses down. We got 3 megabits a second, but that's just because we're in the backyard. So I just want to make sure that everything is all good. So let's go ahead. Oh, it's in crash. There you go. All right, ready? All right, up to 50. Perfect. Okay, so I think we're good now. So, perfect. Let's now actually go out into the field and test out the range of this thing. Whew, that was a little nerve-wracking, but we're good. So we're back out at the field. This battery right here, it's voltage sagging a lot. Like halfway through the battery, it'll just climb down. So this is gonna be the first battery, the cruising battery, I should say, and we're gonna see the penetration of the back of the field over here and behind the church over here. So let's get it plugged in. Alrighty, let's go ahead and go. Now I have 20 satellites. See, earlier I was talking about a little bit of cold start. Now we got 21 sats. So let's just go ahead and instantly go to the back right here. So right at about here, it started to break up. Okay. Yeah, okay, it still breaks up a little bit. You can see that in the goggles, but not too bad. So let's go ahead, dive down, and let's go ahead and go behind. Okay, 50, 50. Wow, pretty much to the restaurants, 49. Okay, so about the same distance, the same way. That's actually not too bad for aftermarket antennas. So let's go ahead. Nice. Going for an orbit. Nope. Okay, hold on. Let's retry this orbit here. Perfect. Nice power loop. And I'm paying attention to the side here too. It's breaking up a little bit as I'm like flipping. I noticed that with the stock antennas as well. I thought that that was just a problem with the antennas, but turns out that I think that might just be a thing that happens. So perfect. Nice. Whoa, that was close. That was pretty close. All right, nice. Yeah, I'm noticing it's not really breaking up that like as much as the stock antennas were. So that's a really good sight to see. And also it's a good sight to see that I actually did the right thing. I was a little kind of confused at first, but once I watched a couple of videos, I was like, oh, you literally just pop the antenna off? Okay, bet. So it was really, really easy. So honestly, I don't know if this was God's intention or my guardian angel's way of being like, okay, this is your first repair, then make sure it's easy. But I think we did pretty good, dude. I think we did pretty good. So this battery is about done. So let's go ahead and bring this one in. I only have one CHNL or CNHL battery. I do actually have 2 more coming in tomorrow. So maybe for tomorrow's video, or if I film or whenever, we'll have those batteries. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's get the battery and, or let's get the drone and let's get the last battery up.